Hey, to the north. What's going on, brother? I took that video, my last one, just put it up today, which is a couple days late. But anyways, little Harley, couple little parts. It's a filler panel for between the saddlebags, hard bags, and working on the back fender. Some rust in it and stuff, grinding it out and underneath. But anyway, since that video a few days ago, I just put it up today, like I said. It's getting full in here, actually. Have a newer Escape. Got both doors and the quarter crunch. So this section of the car came in yesterday. I gotta take my tool there and cut the quarter glass out, and then I'm gonna cut the quarter off all the way down around, all the way to where it stops. Leave it long for now, and cut the car up, put that on. Then we have I won't show it just yet. Then we have a 17 Charger SXT, the V6 one out in the showroom that was hitting the back. It crunched it up pretty hard. Quarters, tail light pockets. I'll focus on something while I'm talking. And the trunk floor pan, the rear body panel, the bumper, everything's trash. So the same day the Escape quarter came in, I had the whole back of I started tearing it apart. All the wiring, the battery and the battery tray that sits down here is all, I stripped that all out today, but it's a whole ass end of a car from right behind the B pillars. And then I'm gonna take and cut it here so it's long, because it buckled the quarter here, and the car actually got hit here, here and the middle, but it buckled the whole floor up and everything. I'll put another video up of that. I just got done masking a van up for paint. Got to paint that real quick. It's like 1:45 a.m. here Friday morning. Still working. But anyways, here's half the car. Just had it brought in yesterday. Got my coats hanging on it, but just wanted to show. We're going to do the same thing with this. Leave it long here. Leave it long here. I'll show on this side. The coats aren't in the way. Then we're going to drill out down along the window in these corners and across this here and the rear package tray. That's going to be, try to do this all in one piece, and got to drill it across here, right along here, underneath of this, and then here where half the wheel well is. What I do, I'll show you from here, and then of course drill all this and leave it long. Then I go up the seam here through the half the wheel well, but I do it with a body saw up underneath here. That's hard to see. That way that can slide off the car. Hopefully it'll work. Try to do it in one piece. If not, I'll drill the trunk floor out. Just this section up to here separately, maybe, because what after is keeping all the factory looking seams, which I can always duplicate the seam sealer. I'll show another picture of it. And then all this stuff, just keep it all together. I did that Chevy Cruze a while back. There's just the left quarter, but there was 6 or 7 pieces. I left it all together. I'm gonna turn my phone this way once, see if the video picture is wider. But anyways, when you do these quarters, you usually got to do one side and hook it on in the front here, because there's a piece behind here for the striker to bolt into. And these are just rolled in factory sealed, so you can't drill spot welds. It's just a thin lip. That's why I go up to half the wheel well, cut it on this side of that seam all the way around, and then take it off, put it on in one piece. Then I leave this long, then I take another slice about an inch off of this, shrink it down a little, just reshape it so it fits in behind here. Then wherever I stop my this panel onto the car, if I have a little gap, who cares? I can just stitch weld it shut and it's all solid weld, and just get it welded and grinded nice. And then the only thing I do is put on that epoxy primer filler, sprayable, with a 2.0 tip on the 3M AccuSpray guns, the plastic guns. And then I'm going to try to do one pop, maybe two, but I like to cut them all apart. Oh, then the seam sealer, I want it to look as factory as possible, so you can see how this factory lays the seam sealer out. Well, I know I can duplicate that. It's not a problem. I just make what I gotta make to get the, can't tell how I do it. So to get what I use to lay out 2 or 3 beads, whatever you need. If the car would have been big enough, this section, and came out here on an angle, come out far enough, I was going to cut the car here and just do a whole ass end, but unfortunately, to cut it across that seam, there's a little more work in it, because you got these inner frame rails, if you want to call that, and 4 layers of metal. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to try to work with and keep the frame, but I just cut it off back here like I normally do. Seems like a lot of work. It's not bad. It's just try to do as many pieces as possible, so when it's all said and done, with these trunk gaps and all that crap, is all as factory as possible. What we go after here is that the car looks untouched from the factory, like it was just made, all original, and you can see no signs of bodywork and stuff. Well, anyways, I was just on eBay checking my orders. A lot of stuff's like excuse me, local right now. So my back little luggage box came. So of course, being a body shop, you strip everything of the latch. I just got to pull this seal off yet, and the bottom of it's here. The headrest is, yeah, thinking of cars. The backrest is here in the box, and it goes on the front of that box for backrest. And the rack, all the hardware is in. And then also I was working on a wing or a spoiler, 2-piece, whatever you want to call it, for a Subaru WRX. And of course still my Honda parts here. So yeah, the pieces are starting to roll in. Everything should be here by the 25th. And I want to get on this bike. I got a crazy paint scheme in my head. I'll probably do white with some silver and blue, something on it. I don't really want to say, because I like to just start laying tape and getting lines out in the body, and plus I'm adding a wide front fairing. It'll be about down to here on the headlight, about halfway, on the sides, and then come across and up and out here a little bit with a little bit of a windshield to it. If it's not long enough, I'm gonna buy a smoked windshield and cut a piece off of it and add it to it if it isn't high enough. And then that way when we look at it, the fender's going to have the same paint scheme through the whole bike, but off the fairing, down the tank, down the side body covers, down the side bags, I'm going to have its own, like you could say, body line like that going through the design. That's all I'm going to say, because I have it in my head, picture what I want to do, and then I'll just run with it, start laying tape out and getting them both the same. But yeah, I just wanted to put a picture up. It looked a little cleaned out. I had all them bikes all over in here stored. We just moved the Triumph upstairs. Guys decide if he wants to keep it old school, because that was a spray can paint job years ago, or if he wants me to paint it while it's here. But I have it somewhere. Oh, the cylinder head to the jugs to the Triumphs here, and then of course the motor's still sitting here. I want to put that 750 big bore kit on it and new oil pump. It sits there and drips. You can see that little shiny. I mean, it kind of really slowed down since it's all empty, and I ran it like 5 different times, and then the rings trashed in it. That was probably from it sitting 4 years. Now this Suzuki Intruder, that set 14 years on the guy's porch across the street. So it's been 2 years now. I ran that and still run the crap out of it. And knock on wood, she runs like a rape date. And I was thinking about actually getting rid of it, maybe, because I can make some money on it. I got a couple people who are really interested and want to come the weekend and look at it, and just focus on the Honda and make something better than what it is out of it. And then of course I washed it the other day, first time since I got it, and all the body dirt and dust and stuff in here. So that's the way it goes. But I'm keeping busy, actually. Got 2 major ones out here to do, and a BMW, Jeep, rusty Jeep, Liberty, inside the dog leg on the bad back door. That's only a patch, that'd be easy, and it's straight black paint, easy paint job. So just want to put our video up for you, brother. Peace out.